Hey, so recently I've been running low on chairs, so I got a brand new one, but I never actually read the reviews of it before buying it, so I should probably do that now. These chairs can spontaneously explode, destroying everything within a 5-mile radius of it. Guess I have the rest of my life to talk about whatever. Nintendo Directs, am I right?
Nintendo Directs are neat. I would know. Nintendo Directs are basically little to big live streams to showcase what would come to Nintendo consoles and other miscellaneous Nintendo related gizmos. It's a pin with Mario on it! I always loved the hype that came with each one. All the speculation and bingo boards that were being created, all for it to be shut down by some JRPG no one has ever heard of. These were basically video game conferences in video form. This is where Nintendo would announce big game projects, mostly from their main IPs. Unless you're a tumor named Paper Mario the Origami King.
See, this sets an extremely high standard whenever one is announced. People always expect some crazy game to be announced or updated. But because Nintendo doesn't want to show us any half-baked products, they don't. And then people go baby mode.
I don't know why, but Nintendo fans always have unrealistically high expectations whenever it comes to one of these. Yeah, sure, I get it. You have expectations whenever there is a big one, especially when you haven't heard of the game in a while. But that doesn't mean you should complain on Twitter and call it the worst direct. Because most of the time, it's only when they don't talk about the game that they specifically wanted to see. They completely ignored all the other good announcements that they showed. They're always so tunnel visioned on this one game that they want to see, and if they don't see it, they get mad and go on the Bird app. Okay, but that's enough ranting. Let's actually look at these things. The first ever Nintendo Direct was on October 22nd, 2011.
This was the same kind of direct I've been talking about for the past minute and 37 seconds.
This didn't look like the average Nintendo Direct we know today. It looked a lot more businessy and somewhat lifeless. They also started setting up Nintendo Directs for E3 instead of a live press conference. Now, the basic Nintendo Direct was standing alone for around a year until they introduced the Nintendo Direct Mini on October 2nd, 2012. This Nintendo Direct was called a mini for a reason. It was only 5 minutes, which, even by their standards of length in Nintendo Directs, was extremely short. And this was for one reason. It was all just a 5-minute preview of New Super Mario Bros. 2. Why they didn't just put this in the big Nintendo Direct that only happened 23 days after it, I don't know.
They just couldn't wait to show us stale bread.
But on September 13th, 2012, they launched the first console-exclusive Nintendo Direct. Up until this point, everything was spread among the consoles equally. Now the Wii U hogs the show for 36 minutes. There was the first special Nintendo Direct. These fellows only focused on one game, and in this case it was Animal Crossing New Leaf. However, this one only aired in Japan. The rest of the regions did not get it.
But all these directs are in 2012. I wonder what comes after it. 2013 is the year of Luigi.
This was a big year for Nintendo Directs. It brought in Pokemon Directs. These are Directs focusing on Pokemon games, as you would expect. But no one cares about that. I have to talk about a green plumber! Not only was February 14th, 2013 the first 3DS Nintendo Direct, but it was also Luigi themed. There was then another 3DS Direct only 1 week later. Not only that, but there was another 3DS Direct on April 17th, 2013. And it was green! Nintendo Directs were pretty tame with nothing new up until April 8th, 2014 with the Super Smash Bros. Direct. It was a full 40 minutes of pure Smash 4 information, and it was honestly great. There were about 4 more Nintendo Directs based around Smash 4 after this. Then, soon after, they hit us with the Fire Emblem Direct on January 18th, 2017, which got us around 20 minutes of Fire Emblem information. Now, I've never been a huge fan of the franchise, so I can't really give much commentary on this. But right after that, on February 28th, the Nindies Showcase happened. It's supposed to be a showcase for the end games for the Nintendo Switch, and I would say it did a pretty good job at that. People didn't like it because it didn't include any main IPs. On May 17th, 2017, there was an ARMS Direct. This was soon followed by the superior IP known as Splatoon 2 on July 6th, 2017. This showed around 26 minutes, but it showed a lot. It showed the main guns, stages, Salmon Run, and the single player campaign. We then got shown another Smash Direct, Pokemon Direct, Mario Maker 2 Direct, Sword and Shield Direct, and yet another E3 Direct. But the Nintendo Directs went on the biggest hiatus that they ever went on. Sure, there was the Animal Crossing 35th Mario Anniversary and the Super Nintendo World Directs. but the rest was filler direct mini partner showcases, which were practically just disappointing, because all it felt like was 20 minutes of third-party games that no one really knew or cared about. People were getting tired, and honestly, I was in that group. It took us over a year to get our next Direct. The hiatus between September 4th, 2019 and the Nintendo Direct of February 17th, 2021 was 531 days.
While just saying this might not seem much, this is over a year without a solid Nintendo Direct. Now, I don't think that Nintendo is really at fault for this, pandemic, lack of workers, yada yada yada.
But now Nintendo Directs are coming out at a decent pace. There have been 2 special Directs since then, covering Animal Crossing and Xenoblade 3, and here we are today.
While Directs aren't coming out at the same insane pace that they were once in the Wii U era, they're still coming out at a decent pace, and it's always something to look forward to when they get announced. Now, I don't really care about that, all I really care about is this chair. Now, according to this review, I have about 2 seconds. Oh wait, this is a review for a pipe bomb.